Okay, so Sumi, we've
Yeah.
known each other, what, for 10, 12 years now, correct?
Yes, 12
All
years,
right.
yeah.
All right, and about two and a half years ago, we decided to do this show. And this show is based on Sumi's work in abandoned fabrics, hence the title, Abandoned Fabric 2012. And Sumi has been working on this diligently for about two and a half years.
Right.
And why don't you tell us a little bit, Sumi, if you would please, about your technique and how you developed this using the recycled kimonos and just
Yeah,
in your own words.
my own words. So these are all I use abandoned fabric, called abandoned fabric because I use my grandma's old kimonos. She decided, okay, I don't need those kimonos anymore. And I think, really? Okay, so then it's so beautiful, just to give them up and toss in the trash. So I want to have them.
Yeah. You were very young when you started doing this, right?
Yes, I was 25. Yeah, yeah. So then
That's just a couple of years ago.
yeah, no.
That's all right.
Hopefully. So then I got everything and then I just cut them up and then just sew them together with my hands.
It's all sewn by hand, no
Sewn by
machine
hand.
work at all.
No machines.
And one of the things that I find very fascinating, well, there's a number of things, but one of them is the fact that you freehand sew your drawings. And I think that that's pretty marvelous. I think that's one of the true attributes to it. And the other thing is your ability to tell the stories that you tell with the work. I find that that's one of the things that people are endeared to when they see your work, when they hear the story, it almost melts them. You know, I mean, you can just visually see how people are affected by it.
Yeah.
Now, you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yes, yeah. I just many times I use just a hint of the taste in the view. I don't want to express everything corner to corner in the view.
Yes.
So just something through my experience, just want to touch the hint, and then through that my experience, when the viewers see my work, I want they have their own experience, their childhood memory or their vision, whatever. So through my work. So
Yeah, so it doesn't really matter what the story was that you were originally trying to tell.
Right.
It's more important the story that the piece conveys to them personally.
that's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course I have my own story why I
Yes.
made it, but once the piece took off my hands, so that's really viewers.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's true of most artists. Most artists feel that way. But I still find it absolutely, I'm spellbound sometimes. For instance, the image on the strawberry fields, that imprinted on your mind as a child, your mother's hand behind her back and the apron strings, and the importance of that to your moment of worry or concern as a child, and how you can reach up and touch your mother's hand, and it just makes it all melt away.
Yeah.
And I think that's an extremely strong impression that leaves on the viewer. And when people hear that story, I'm just amazed at the reactions. And I've actually seen some people almost come to tears looking at and hearing that simple story. That, and also Tuesday's Train. You know, would you elaborate a little bit on Tuesday's Train?
Oh yeah, Tuesday's Train. That's actually came from song I listened. My husband wrote for the Tuesday's Train, and that's about Holocaust.
About the Holocaust.
Holocaust, yeah. And then the train come to the town and took all Jews every Tuesday. And And then if you didn't take that train, they can live another week.
They knew they were going to live for another week if they missed that train.
Yeah, so then
Yeah.
they live week by week. And then whoever who took the train, so they never see again.
Never see them again.
Yeah, they don't know where they
I
went.
find that piece extremely
Yeah.
poignant, and you see the tracks going off into a beautiful sunset. It's kind of the image that the Nazis wanted to portray to the people who were getting on the train, that they were going to a better place.
Right.
Yet
right.
we all know that they were ultimately going to their death.
Mhm.
And I think that's one of the wonderful things about your work, these wonderful stories that they tell.
Mhm.
So at any rate, this show will be up through the end of the month,
Yes, until 27th.
27th, and we'll have a closing reception at that time, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, how do they find your work? On your website? Do you have a website?
Yes, I have my homepage.
Okay.
It's not website, homepage.
The homepage, that's all
Long
right.
address, yes, but should I tell?
Yes, tell us what it is.
Oh, okay. It's long.
That's all right.
Okay. HTTP.
Oh, forget that part. Just start
Okay.
with- yeah.
Okay. home.earthlink.net/squiggly sumjo SUMJO/ It's long.
That's perfect.
That's perfect,
We'll
yes.
write it down.